Question is that the bill be now read a second time, and I call the member for Wills.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. This is a comprehensive reform package of bills which establishes a new federal administrative review body. Now, the Albanese Labor government committed to cleaning up what was, frankly, despite the previous speaker's attestations to the AAT's operations, what was frankly a mess that was left by the previous Liberal government, because we are set about, and in this package of reforms, modernising and streamlining our administrative review processes. This broad legislative initiative underscores the Labor government's commitment to ensuring fairness, transparency and accountability in governmental decision-making. By establishing the Administrative Review Tribunal and enacting consequential provisions, we paved the way for a more responsive and accessible administrative justice system, benefiting both citizens and government alike. Now, Deputy Speaker, the ART bill and the consequential and transitional provisions number 1 and 2 in 23 and 24 completes this package that implements the government's commitment to establish the new ART. It replaces the current AAT, the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. Now, we've heard a few comments about the operations of the AAT in the past, but I've got to say, not only is this government about trying to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of the administrative review processes that have been conducted, it is also about cleaning up what was, frankly, not working. In a sense, these bills importantly serve a crucial role in our legislative framework by repealing what is an outdated AAT Act of 1975 and facilitating a seamless transition of operations, caseload and staff to the newly established tribunal. The bill implements, among other things, a better and improved standardised hearing mechanism, institutes guidance and appeals panel within the tribunal, fosters a more flexible structure and, importantly, clarifies and makes transparent the procedures around appointing tribunal members. Now, the reason for such sweeping reform, Deputy Speaker, is simply because of the incompetence, the mismanagement and the negligence of the previous Liberal government, which requires the Labor government to actually clean up the mess. And the system of administrative review has been beset. Now, if anyone tells me otherwise, I mean, these are facts. It has been beset with issues because of the failure of the previous government. Let's go into those failures that need cleaning up. The lack of a fair and transparent process for appointing skilled members. A growing number of cases waiting for resolution, aggravated by insufficient funding and cuts to resources. Challenges with coordination and teamwork due to the ongoing merger of tribunals. Inefficiencies caused by outdated and failing computer systems nearing the end of their useful life. And a culture, frankly, of jobs for the boys and the girls, hand-picked appointments by the tribunal, by the Liberals, as favours for their mates, when these mates were thoroughly unqualified to sit on the tribunal. And of these failures, Deputy Speaker, I think the most egregious failure of the previous government lies in the politicisation of these AAT appointments. The former government's penchant for political appointments, including individuals with no relevant expertise. Individuals had no relevant expertise to be on that tribunal, to be a member, has actually undermined the credibility of the AAT and raised serious questions about the integrity of its decisions. When those opposite were in government, when the Liberal government was in power, they appointed as many as 85 former Liberal MPs, failed Liberal candidates, former Liberal staffers and other close Liberal associates without any merit-based selection process, including, Deputy Speaker, some individuals with no relevant experience or expertise at all, fatally compromising the system. They should be ashamed of themselves, Deputy Speaker, ashamed of bringing the country's Administrative Appeals Tribunal into such disrepute. This failure and mismanagement—
Order. The member for Riverina.
Deputy Speaker, I move that the member be no longer heard.
I will now put that question without the debate. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
All against? I believe the noes have it. Division required. Is there only one voice? Okay. Division required. Ring the bells.
Order. The result of the division is ayes 49, noes 87. the matter is resolved in the negative. Members can leave the chamber as quickly and as quietly as possible. Order. And I give the call to the honourable member for Wills.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. The member for Riverina might not want me to be heard. Those opposite might not want to hear it. But what they have done has been failure after failure and mismanagement of the AAT. So much so, people have had such adverse impacts, they've waited years for decisions because they were incorrectly determined, they were undercooked decisions, and they've had their appeals, had lengthy and expensive judicial processes because of their mismanagement, Mr. Speaker. That is what they don't want to hear about, but we'll keep saying it, Mr. Speaker, because it's true. And there's a human impact to what they have done and in their mismanagement. And that is the hundreds, the thousands of people. And I know this, and I'm sure others know this as well, because hard-working staff in our electorate offices are the ones who have to help those people who've gone through the bureaucratic and nightmare processes, the lengthy processes they've had to go through. Tens of thousands of people who rely on the AAT to independently review the government decisions have had life-altering impacts because of their mismanagement. Well, we're cleaning up this mess. We're cleaning up the legacy of mismanagement by the coalition. We're cleaning up the legacy of irresponsibility and a legacy of deep suffering for migrants and refugees, particularly who sought to call Australia home. That's why it's incumbent upon us to actually deliver these reforms, and that's why we're going to pass them through the House.